Welcome to my first vlog. My name is Emily. I'm a 28-year-old living in Australia with my 4-year-old son and partner. He works fly in and fly out, FIFO for short. I'm also a full-time working mum, so there are weeks where I'm juggling everything on my own. School mornings, work, home, routines, all of it, which for many out there is the reality. I started this channel because I don't think we see enough of the real day-to-day of working mums, especially those of us balancing a lot behind the scenes. And while I value being organised and structured, I also know it's not always as effortless as it might look. So the intention behind this space is to share that reality, what actually helps, how I structure my days, and how I try to keep things running without burning out. But also, I want to connect with other women who are doing the same, because there are a lot of us quietly holding it all together. If you're in a similar position, I hope this feels like a space you can come back to. Enjoy. Hello everybody and welcome to my YouTube channel. You would have just seen a bit of a compilation of what a Monday, typical Monday looks like, and it's quite a busy one of that. I thought it might be nice just to sort of have a few clips of sort of what that day entails, and then sit down and I guess somewhat formally introduce myself. Today's Tuesday, so we jumped straight into a new working week, but I think I've always wanted to start a YouTube channel because there needs to be more of a community, or I guess showcase of what it's really like to juggle it all. Well, it feels that way in the throes of motherhood, working full time. My partner, so for context, I'm a full-time working mum. My partner works fly in and fly out. So there are lots of weeks where I'm doing everything on my own. There's a big growing sort of family dynamic in this sort of setup. And I thought, why not build a community where we can all share, connect, and feel, I guess, that there is a representation of really the reality. So anyway, most mornings start pretty early for me. I'll try and get some movement in, usually Pilates at home before my son Levi wakes up, he's 4, and sort of feel like that part of the day is mine. I feel like I can be my best version if I've had 1 or 2 hours in the morning to myself. Then it's straight into lunches, school drop-offs, into work mode, meetings, deadlines, all that stuff. And you know, from the outside it can look like everything's put together, but there comes a lot of discipline and structure, and you kind of build this autonomy. With my partner being away, it can be a bit lonely because you're either the work mode or the mum mode, and it's just go. I thought it'd be really lovely to sort of share that with people and see who else is in that similar boat, and see how we're all trying to manage it and do it all. So I really kind of want this channel to share what that looks like. Not the perfect version, but the realistic one. I think in this particular climate, everyone's trying to build, you know, a life where they feel good and are successful, and I want to invite you guys to come along that journey. You can take comfort in my videos. That being said, I'm going to crack on with my day. Would not be able to get anything done without my coffee. Do you want to start? Okay, we are home, and I feel like this is when the actual hard yard starts. We are preparing to fly out to Sydney tomorrow, and the house is in a little bit of disarray. I've just got Levi's chicken on in the oven. He'll be literally having the same as yesterday, so I'll show you guys that a little bit. Yesterday I prepped some of the veggies, so super easy. Literally just have to cook the chicken, heat up the rice, and then that will be it. And I also have leftovers, so the beauty of meal prepping on Sunday, as hard as it is so worth it. Okay, so this is my dinner. It's just leftover zucchini, green beans, and chicken. That was my rice that's just been heated up. I'll add that to this.
Green beans, chicken, and rice.
Extremely honest with you guys tonight that it is a eat dinner in front of the TV because I am very, very tired. Backpack here.
And I'm gonna get my suitcase too.
First of all, we're gonna try. Mummy's gonna use the suitcase, but everything's gonna go in this bag that belongs to.
I wanna put it on my suitcase.
Hang on, can you go get your black shoes first? We'll pop it in your bag. And you put that in there because you wear your white shoes on the plane. Okay. And then. Pack these pants in case it's a bit cool.
No, this was my Nike shirt.
Do you want to bring your Nike shirt?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, it is 10 o'clock now and Levi has gone to bed. I have not packed yet. I know what I'm essentially bringing. I just need to pack in the morning in the early hours. I managed to just get done Levi's clothes, tidy the kitchen, shower, just get a little bit organized in that sense. Anyway, I'm sounding delirious because I am super tired. I'm really excited to go to Sydney, see my friends, see my family, work in the Sydney team. I have yet to visit the Sydney office. I have visited the Melbourne office quite a bit, but I'm really excited to see what the Sydney guys are like. Yeah, a bit of a busy Tuesday and there's only more to come really, so I'm gonna get some much needed rest. I got a blow dry, which I always do when I'm in Sydney because it is so convenient. It means I don't have to bring hair products and a bunch of tools, and then I just know that's one less thing in the morning to worry about. I can just get ready for work and feel presentable. It's my family friend in Rushcutters Bay, Absolute Hair. I've been going to her honestly since I was a child, and I think she just does a really lovely, simple blow dry, and it's just going to make my life so much more convenient. So that's one thing that I definitely budget for when I go traveling, particularly in Sydney, because often I'm either going, and Melbourne as well, often I'm either going for work, mixed in with a bit of socializing. So just having a blow dry and factoring that into the budget when I go down is super helpful and stress. Sometimes it's worth just paying for convenience and you get some time back as well. Sydney. We were scheduled to fly out yesterday evening, but I got a message from Virgin that they had cancelled our flights. It was because Thursday night Sydney had a really terrible storm, and so then I thought what they've done on Friday is all the flights might have been cancelled for Thursday evening, have then been rescheduled till Friday. Anyway, I ended up checking into the Mercure in Sydney Central just for one night because our other accommodation was fully booked, and you would have seen some clips of Levi swimming, and we went then to Spice Alley. It was so cute. It was a very cold day. The weather completely dropped. It was windy, it was rainy, but it was like perfect weather to go to Spice Alley, which is all these little sort of market stalls, holes in the walls that have amazing Asian food, Asian cuisine. I ended up filming too much in the actual Sydney office, only because it's very, very quiet office. There weren't too many people in the office, and I was getting to know them, and I just felt a little bit stage fright to, I guess, whip out the camera. So apologies there, but I did some clips of the morning commute and walking around, which was awesome. Had lunch with my brother and my dad, and yeah, it was good being back in Sydney. It was I forgot just how busy the corporate life is. I mean, obviously Brisbane has corporate life, but the amount of people that are just walking by, the city has such a great buzz. It was very cute, very nice to kind of be back in the old stomping ground and build more of a rapport with the Sydney team in person and get to know them a little bit better, which I absolutely love. But now we fly out today, so it is, what's the time? It's 7:20. Our taxi is booked for 8 o'clock. I went into W Cosmetics last night, bought this lip gloss that I thought would look nice on top of my MAC Well. So I will put that on now and let's have a little look in real time. Okay, so this is the lip gloss. It's from a brand called Guy Manson. Gorgeous, look at this. Muted rose almost. Look. Oh wow, look at that. I was like, these look like a dupe for the Dior lip, and they're $26. Oh my god, love that. Okay, that's it. That's how I'm going to the airport. I've got to get a wriggle on now because it's 7:30 and the cab's picking us up in half an hour, and I have to finish packing and get Levi ready. So it's going to be, as always, a mad rush. finally home. I am so glad to be home. It was a bit of a schlep. As expected, the airport was just chaos. Get on the plane, all is well. A bit tired after that. Levi was such a good help. We land and I'm like, oh my God, I left my house keys in Sydney in the hotel. You're laughing at mummy. Well, we thought we did. Anyway, called the hotel, got them to check. They're like, oh, we'll get back to you. Housekeeping are just checking. And I was like, right, call my dad. I was like, we need to stay at your house. I'm on my way there. I've lost my house keys. Dean doesn't get back till Thursday. I was like, at least I've got my laptop. I've got enough work clothes I can make do. I've got enough clothes for Levi to send him to school, etc. But I was like, oh my goodness, like this is the last thing I want to be doing. And then as we were driving there, we were just passing our suburb. And then I was like, I'm going to have one more check in my bag. Found them in this random pocket I never put them in. Such is life. So all was not lost. I'm now back at home. I've got the eggs boiling. I've got some chicken in the oven for Levi, and I am going to crack on with the weekend reset. See, I'm all over the place. It was just a very chaotic, and I get, because I solo parent a lot, especially with traveling, because Dean's often away, and if I ever go down to Sydney for a quick trip to see family and friends, I'll just go when he is away sometimes if he can't make it. So I feel like I'm just always solo traveling. But yeah, I'm just, oh, it was so manic. It was so manic, but good to be back. It doesn't end here, you know. It just means now getting prepared for the week, getting the laundry on, preparing lunches, groceries, etc. So I'll end this vlog here. I hope it was enjoyable. Still getting the hang of this, but you'll see me in the next vlog and show you how I prepare for the week. But thank you, and I look forward to continuing to vlog.